One of the most challenging aspects of building on LinkedIn was growing from 0 followers to 1,000 followers. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I was at 0 followers right now and how I would grow up to 1,000 followers and beyond, as right now I'm over 40,000 followers on the platform. So for this video, I'm going to be going through my blueprint here. You can actually get access to this blueprint for free if you go to the description of this video. All right, so let's get started. So how to get your first 1,000 followers on LinkedIn in 2026. The system is a lot different than it was last year, so pay attention, follow along. And if you already know these things, you probably don't know everything, as everything has changed quite a bit in this new year. Okay, so we're going to begin with understanding LinkedIn's 2026 algorithm and what actually drives growth compared to last year, and maybe what you're doing right now isn't working. Let me show you why. So there are 5 factors you want to prioritize in 2026 in order to help both your brand and your business grow substantially on the platform. That first one's going to be dwell time. So dwell time does matter on your content, and this essentially is how long people spend on your content. So they're scrolling their timeline, they see your name, they see your content, and they view it, they read it. That's dwell time. How long are they spending on your content? The next thing you want to focus on is getting meaningful comments. And I don't mean just getting some likes on your content, a few saves, but actual conversations on your post to make it perform better in the algorithm. So the algorithm sees you and they're like, wow, Alex is someone that has great content. People are really finding it interesting and valuable. They're commenting on it. We're going to distribute this post to more people. Then the third thing is going to be profile visits. It's very similar to comments. A lot of people focus on how many likes did you get? How many impressions did you get? But the big thing is, if you want to turn visitors into followers, into customers, you need to make sure you're getting those profile visits, and you need to track how you're getting them. Now, the fourth thing is going to be posting consistently. And I don't mean just posting, let's say 2 times a week, and then the next week you kind of do like 1 and then 2 and then 3. I mean, be consistent. If you're posting 5 times a week, post 5 times a week. Don't skip anything. And if 5 is too many, you're obviously going to go less and do 3 or do 4 posts. Or if you're someone like me who has the time and the system to create lots of content, I'm posting 7 times a week, every single week, and I never miss a post. I haven't missed a LinkedIn post in over 3 years. And the last thing is going to be engagement with other creators as well. And that fifth thing is going to be engaging with other creators as well. Yeah, it's great that you post content, you get comments, but you also want to do the same for other creators and post on their content so their audience see you, they click on your profile, they see your optimized profile, and boom, now you have a new follower or maybe even a new client. Now I want to begin with the 4-phase system to grow to 1,000 followers on the platform. Now this framework that I'm about to show you in this video is designed to systematically build your presence from ground zero to 1,000 plus followers. Each phase builds on the previous one. So once you're done phase 1, you're going to go to phase 2. Now you can't go to phase 3 until you're done 1 and 2. You can't go to phase 2 until you're done phase 1. Follow each step specifically, and if you've already done phase 1, you can go ahead and go to phase 2, but make sure all 4 phases are systematically built for you to succeed by following them in order. Now, phase 1 is going to be your foundation. I try to do this in the first 7 days, which is going to be your profile optimization and how you position yourself on the platform. And the goal here is to convert 40% of your profile visitors into followers. I built a quick checklist here for you so you can actually optimize your profile. The first thing is your headline formula, which is I help, and then your target audience, and then achieve a very specific outcome, and then a credibility indicator, so some sort of social proof. So below your banner and next to your profile photo, you're going to have your tagline, and that's going to be I help, and let's say target audience is founders, so I help founders achieve growing on LinkedIn, and then some specific outcome or credibility indicator could be proven systems by 500 plus founders, and that could be your social proof there. And that's going to be your headline formula. The next thing is going to be your profile photo. This is very simple. Just have a friend take a photo with a nice camera of your face. Make sure you're smiling. Make sure you have a nice background. For me, it's going to be my brand color. So it's like this nice gradient from the lights that I have behind me. And then I'm smiling. It's very high quality. And the photo is very straight on. So it's professional, but it definitely stays on brand for what I have to offer for my audience. The third thing is going to be your banner image. This is going to be the image at the top of your profile. And here you can just kind of restate what you said in the headline formula. But for me, I just typically say who I help and how I help them. And then I do add some social proof. But the goal of the banner is to have it visually designed, right? So you have the tagline, which is copy. The banner is your visual. Next, we've got the about section. Most people sleep on this, but it's very important not to sleep on your about section. This is a story-driven section, okay? So you can showcase your problem. then showcase the solution, and then showcase some results with clear call to actions. So I start my about section with a problem. Then I go to the solution, then I've got some results, and then I've got some CTAs with 2 links and also things like comment the word cohort, and I'll send you a link to our 3-month program. Okay, so make sure to have your about section. Do not sleep on this. In order to get inspiration for all the things I'm talking about right now, just go to my LinkedIn profile. There'll be a link in the description, and you can just get plenty of inspiration from my profile. Then that next one is going to be the featured section. Now this is below your about section. I like to pin 3 of your best posts showcasing expertise. You can do post, you can do lead magnets, you can do your newsletter, you can do paid products, whatever you have. Showcase 1 to 3 things there that you want people to go to and make it very obvious what it is. Okay, that last thing on your profile is going to be your experience tab. So this is going to be result focused descriptions using metrics and outcomes. So I only showcase the experience that I have that actually resembles and correlates to my current business. So for example, if I used to have a fitness company, but now I'm talking about something way different, or I used to be in crypto, but now I'm on LinkedIn growth, I actually don't keep those experiences. I just keep what's relevant. So for mine, I've got my newsletter, I've got my personal brand, I've got my current company, I've got my cohort business. I keep all the ones that are relevant right now, and I don't have the expertise that I did 10 years ago, like working at a restaurant that it doesn't make sense to have on my profile currently, as that would honestly be just fluff and no one really cares about that. Okay, now that we've done phase 1, we can move on to phase 2, which is days 8 through 21. And this is going to be your strategic engagement and initial content. Okay, so the next important part of this strategy is to have strategic engagement. The goal here is to build relationships and create your first viral worthy content. Now, I want you to first build your engagement routine. This is about 30 minutes of your time every single day. You have the morning and the evening shift, both 15 minutes long. And in the morning, I want you to find 10 posts in your niche with less than 100 comments and leave thoughtful, value adding comments. And I'm not talking about thank you or great post or I love this. I'm talking about real comments that drive some sort of value to your profile. And then in the evening, I want you to respond to everyone who comments on your content and engage with their recent post. So you can engage with the comments on your own content. You can engage on the comments of the comments you made on other people's content. The point I'm trying to make here is be active on the platform and make real connections with people. And then a quick content strategy you can actually follow here is there are 3 post types that actually drive a lot of followers in 2026. And these look like this. The first one is tactical frameworks. The second one is personal stories, and then contrarian takes. So for those tactical frameworks, the purpose of this is to position you as an expert. These posts have a very high save rate because they're very valuable and people want to come back to them. Typically, you can post these twice a week. An example of this could be something like the 5-step system to do X, Y, Z. Now, for personal stories, you want to post these to build connection and drive a lot more comments. Again, you can do this twice a week. An example of this could be something like 3 years ago, I made this mistake, or after 2 years, I did this for my business. Just something that's very personal to your own business. And that third one is going to be contrarian take. That's going to be to spark debate, and this gets a lot of engagement. I typically only do these like once a week, as they can be pretty controversial, and some people don't like them too much. I love them as it really shows who I am as a business owner and founder. So you could post something like an unpopular opinion. This will always do really well on LinkedIn. Okay, so let's move on to phase number 3, which is the acceleration. So this is going to be days 22 to 60. So right now we've optimized our profile. We know what posts are going to start doing well. We also have an engagement strategy. The next part is actually building out your content flywheel system. The goal here is to build that first 500 followers and establish consistent viral content, okay? So let's begin with the content flywheel system. I want you to start by posting 5 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday can be tactical, and then Tuesday and Thursday can be story driven. It's very important that you have both of these for your personal brand to see what does really well. Then I want you to keep mind of engagement windows. You can reply to all your comments within the first 60 minutes when the algorithm distribute happens. So when you post, make sure you're starting to engage, you're starting to comment, you're starting to be active on the platform before and after you post. That's essential for distribution of your posts to go to more people. That next thing is double down strategy. So when a post does hit 50 likes in that first hour or whatever it is, you can actually boost it by sharing it with your network, so with like-minded founders. What I did when I was first starting from 0 to 1,000 followers, I would share my posts with other people on that platform that I had already made friends with, or other creators that I liked, or other people in my network, and that actually boosted me a few likes here and there, which didn't seem like a lot, but it really helped me stunt my growth in order for me to get from 0 to 1,000 to 5,000 to 20,000 to 40,000 and so on followers. And the other thing that's part of this flywheel system is to repurpose your winning content. You should rewrite your top performing posts with new angles every 30 days. So if I'm creating content and I create 3 really, really good videos, I'm going to repurpose that into carousels, into infographics, into personal images. I'm going to take my highest performing content and repurpose it with different formats that also might work really well. And in order to expand your network, I want you to send 100 personalized connection requests per week to people who engage with similar content. And this is really going to help you grow your network and potentially find new leads for your business, or maybe just people in the future you can collaborate with, you can create content with. Who knows? The next thing you can do to really expand your network is to tag creators that have about 3,000 to 5,000 followers in your post with their expertise that adds context. So, for example, if you're writing a post about LinkedIn growth and you know Alex talks about LinkedIn growth and he's got some really good pointers, you can actually tag Alex, add some of his value in there that he talks about, and maybe he'll respond to the post, maybe he'll repost it. This is a really solid strategy, especially when you're starting out. I personally still do this, and I have over 40,000 followers on LinkedIn, but it's a really good way to boost your content and to get more eyes on your profile. And that leads me to the next step, which is create collaboration posts with people. This is super underrated. I actually don't see too many people doing this, but reach out to people. Say, hey, I would love to do a post about LinkedIn growth with you. We can both share our expertise in it. We can tag each other. We can repost each other. And that way your audience sees mine and my audience sees yours. And then one more thing you can do to really expand your network at the beginning there is just to join some active LinkedIn groups in your niche and just share your valuable posts. There's a lot of groups out there that do have a lot of members. So share your posts in there. That's an easy way to get some new followers, ultimately helping you hit that 1,000 follower goal. Okay, and finally, we are in phase 4, guys. This is optimization, days 61 to 90, and this is for conversion and retention. We've got all these strategies here, so now we really want to convert and keep that audience that we already are building. So now our goal is to cross 1,000 followers and build a loyal, engaged community. Guys, if you have 1,000 followers, but none of them are loyal, none of them are engaged, there's no point in reaching 1,000 followers because you don't really have followers, you more just have numbers, right? The first part of this is content optimization based on analytics. Look at your numbers. I'm telling you, if you look at your numbers, you're going to find what works and what doesn't. So you can first do a weekly and analytics review, identify your top post per week or per month, and then repurpose those pieces of content. And then the next thing you can do is hook testing. You can A/B test your content by the formatting, by the hooks, by the CTAs, by the overall structure. A/B test different posts to see what's working and what's not working. You can also experiment with different formats. You can do carousels, videos, text posts, find what works and find what your audience really resonates with. And then that last thing is going to be timing optimization. Now, this doesn't matter as much as it did last year. It still matters a little bit though. I like to post at 8 a.m. Eastern time zone, which is the New York time zone, because of the fact that everyone is active on the platform. And I know that when I post, everyone sees it. So my audience sees it, other audiences see it, most time zones see it. It is a optimized time zone for the US and for other countries as well. Then a few benchmarks I'd like to show you real quick is the time frames of this strategy. So to hit that 1,000 follower rank, that first week should hit about 25 to 50 followers. Week 2, about 100 to 150. Week 4 to 8, 400 to 600. And 9 to 12 should be that 1,000 follower rank. And you can also make sure you're watching these different key metrics from profile views to average comments to post impressions and then to the engagement rate. And I've got some things for you to focus on as well. You will have access to the sheet in the description of this video so you can follow along and use it while you're trying to build to that first 1,000 followers. The last thing I want to share with you is just some critical mistakes people make. Don't treat LinkedIn like Instagram, guys. This is LinkedIn, not other social platforms. You don't post just motivational quotes. This is for value first content. And then also, if you only create, you never engage with people, you're also missing out on a ton of profile views and honestly a lot of warm inbound leads. Another thing that people make a mistake on is they post inconsistently. So they've got 2 posts this week, 5 posts next week, then 1 post the next week, then 0 posts the next week. Be consistent. That's going to make a huge difference. Weak profile, like I said, if you skip phase 1, you're going to miss out on a lot of traffic. And then ignoring your analytics, you can really tell what's working and what's not working just by your data. So if things are working, double down on those numbers. If things don't work, I would eliminate it or completely reinvent that part of your system to make sure you are getting results 24/7. Now, the last thing is just what to track daily, guys. I want you to make sure you're tracking profile views to followers, track your engagement rate, track your comments per post, and track your weekly follower growth. There's a few things that don't matter, like likes, for example. Why does it matter how many likes you get? Or why does it matter how many impressions you get? Ultimately, you want to follow these metrics right here, and your content is just going to start performing well over time. All right, so the last steps for this video for you today to hit that 1,000 follower rank is just choose your phase. So whatever phase you're in, start there and go down each phase. Then I want you to also block your calendar so you can schedule 60 minutes a day to engage and also create your content. Track your metrics, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then double down on what does. And then just set up your 90-day goal. Commit to a full system for 90 days, and you're going to see a huge difference in your LinkedIn brand growth and your business growth. And especially if you're just starting out, you're hopefully going to see that 1,000 follower growth. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this system today. If you have any questions, please drop them below this video. I'll be happy to help you. We also have our 90-day cohort starting very, very soon. So if you haven't already, go to the description of this video and join the 90-day cohort. It's 90 days being coached directly by me to build your entire LinkedIn funnel, your LinkedIn system, to build both your brands and your business. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next awesome video. Peace out.